Hello and good morning. Today is another big day here in Portugal. As you've seen in previous updates, we've connected the borehole to the house. We had problems with it. We had even more problems with it. We had to make a bypass above ground, and that's been there for about 3 weeks or so, and we haven't had a single hiccup in it. So it's working pretty good. So now it's time to make the next step and put the tubing back into the ground, and while we're at it, we're going to extend the tubing as well, so we have a bit more water points and a water connection to what is in the future the vegetable garden. So wish us luck. As you might know from previous updates, our water connection goes from the borehole pump to the utility house, and from there it goes to our main house. Right now the piping is above ground and lays like this. The new piping will go in like this. We will have a first service hatch here to be able to extend the water for a future project. The second service hatch is at the main junction. From here the water flows to a water tap, to the third service hatch at the house, and to the fourth service point near the vegetable garden.
Springen. Kijk hoe sterk ik ben.
Hoppa.
Hij zal het samen.
First scoop.
Moet
So while Steve is digging away, I might as well get started with all the connections to assemble them. I think I have most of the connections ready now. At least the connections that go into the ground. The digger is moving along nicely. It's dug all the way from the borehole pump to here already. So I'll be starting the work at the utility house and slowly start connecting the tubing from there. Hopefully we can get it all finished today so we have water again this evening. But I think it's going to be kind of a challenge because, of course, I've never done it before, as everything that I'm doing. So we'll probably run into 1 or 2 or 3 problems. But you know, if you don't start, there's nothing going to be done. So let's do this. So we ordered concrete blocks, also known as chimneys, and we are putting these into the ground on the locations where we have connections under the ground, so that the connections are easy serviceable and the system is also easy to be upgraded in the future. So to put the tubing in, we've cut holes into the blocks. So as you can see, when you're working with the blocks, they tend to crack pretty quickly. But nevertheless, we're going to use them anyway. I don't think it will be a big problem if they're cracked. On the plus side, when they've broken in two, it also means the weight is in two, so it's easier to place them. Let's give it another go. This is the first connection. It's leaking all right. I guess I have to start all over with the first one. And if the first one leaks, I've pre-assembled all the others. I'm fearing they will leak as well. That's what you get when you do everything yourself and you do everything for the first time, I guess. Darn it! Okay, change of tactics. I've been using a Teflon-based product until now. And yeah, it's leaking. So I bought something different already, because I thought this was running out. So this is it looks the same, but it's more stringy. It was also more expensive. It's called Unilock. It's a universal lock for hot water, cold water, gas. So I'm hoping this will work. That gets your mood up when you're down. Oh my gosh, kijk, pas op. Hoppa. Zo. Alright, all recharged. Time to do everything again. That went pretty quickly. It feels more robust. Now let's hope it is more robust. Turned it on again. And no leakage. Awesome. Alright. Second connection. And then we called it a day. Good morning! Welcome to day 2 of installing the water system. We dug up the road over here and laid some piping, so the digger is ready to put some sand on top of the tubing and then fill it in again so that the road is accessible again. Here I made the first connection for today, and now I'm going to start on the house. So you might have noticed that before I put the chimneys into the ground, I pour a little bit of cement. This I mix with the topsoil and hope that it will get a bit more sturdy so the chimneys stay in place better. We have ourselves another connection. Going upwards. And into the ventilation hole. It's day 2 now, and it's almost noon. And we really have to finish today because we need water again. I'm hoping it will not be very late this afternoon. Hi girls, how are you doing?
Fun spelen.
Playing with the sand, huh?
Yeah.
Nice. It's a bit later on the day. I haven't filmed a lot in this room because it's so small. But I've done all the inside plumbing to connect everything again. So you remember I've put the tubing through the ventilation hole that was already there. So on the inside I picked it up, followed it this way, made a connection downwards so we can connect the washing machine. And then it went like this, and then upwards to the part you've seen already previously. I'll show you again. It went through the floor and then connected it again to the existing piping. So Steve is putting everything back again. All the dirt. Awesome. Hello. Ah. Thank you very much. That's a nice tree on a warm day. We thought autumn was already started here in central Portugal. Halfway September we had a lot of rain. But now summer's back. That's a nice tree. So here I made the last connections. That way is where the borehole is. That way is the house. That way is to the garden. And this way is to another tap in the garden. All connected, but not tested. So that's something I'm going to do right now. First, I'll take you to the garden. So here's the piping that's going to the garden. There's the excess. And I'll make a connection here as well. And something that'll continue this way. Through the wall over here. And then there. That's going to be our vegetable garden. So we're putting in a junction over here. That's also to make it a bit future-proof for future projects. Because we do have something planned over here. Something that's going to take a while. So I'm not going to show you just yet what it's going to be. It'll be a nice surprise later on. So subscribe and you'll never miss anything. I'm really doubting if the connections will hold. Especially the crossing that we have over here. But now it's the moment of truth. I'm going to the main valve at the utility house that we have to turn it on. Alright, turning on the main valve. The first connection still holding. The second connection, who would have thought? It's leaking alright. Damn! It's leaking at the Teflon connections. So all the connections that I had between plastic And steel I've redone, and I thought the Teflon between the steel connections in between would hold. Alright, work to be done. Let's see how the connections are holding up at the house. More dripping. Alright, so here we have a big leakage. Alright, that's not good. So I've got 3 leakages, at least 3 leakages. And from what I'm seeing right now, 2 of them should be easy because they're quite easily accessible and there aren't too many connections. Just one in, one out. The third one's going to be a different challenge. And I don't know if that's going to work. That's going to be quite difficult to disassemble it and reassemble it with all the piping that's already in the ground and already covered with soil. That's going to be another day's work, I fear, if I am able to solve it. Stay tuned. After another close inspection, I think it might not even be as difficult as I thought it would be. I thought the main connection was leaking, but it's just one of the outgoing ones, and it's the one that's the smallest tube going to the tap. So I'll reconnect that, and then we'll try again. There you have it, the last connection. Hopefully it holds up this time. I'm not a professional plumber, but if I can give you any advice, if you start something like this yourself, stay away from the Teflon tapes and buy something proper. Let's try it again. Turning on the valve and see if we have any leakages. I hope not. Looks like this is doing all right. That's holding up. That's holding up. And that's holding up. So far so good. One more to go in the garden. But that's something for tomorrow. Not today. I'm done for the day. But because the water was connected to the house and it was functioning again, tomorrow became a few weeks later. So that's going to be something for a future episode. But before we close off this chapter, let's do something different. Let's do a weekend side project. het geluid.
Dat doen we. Dat wij horen. Dat laat. Mama, ik weet het al ook.
Ja. Hadden we het maar, hè? Ha! That's much better. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Ciao!
Ciao.